So Balsam, I know you a little bit. I fell desperately in love with you when I met you in Kuwait. No one has ever been so incredibly kind and generous in my life as you were to me, this stranger in a strange land. And you knocked me out with what you're doing and what you have accomplished and your commitment and your passion to helping, especially young women. But please tell us more. What has this new reality been like for you? Maybe what have you struggled with, and what have you learned through it all that might help all of us?
Okay, so it's a great honor for me to be here today with this amazing ladies from all over the world. And I would love to thank you, Linda, and thank Amina also for doing this amazing job and gathering all these women for good, especially to create a platform for women experiences and how they face the COVID-19, the situation that we've been all the last few months, and how we look forward to the future. So I am an athlete, and I've been my whole life being in sport. My mom is a strong woman, and my dad also had always been empowering us and trying to create from us a real strong individuals. The thing that I want to tell you now, it will takes me to the topic that I want to discuss, which is the gender equality, and how we prove in this crisis that the world had faced that women had a very important role they did in this crisis, and how did they manage all this things that happen every day. So when I was, we are 4 girls and 1 boy. The boy is the youngest. So my whole life I've been as a girl doing all the boys is doing in the normal day. I cycle, I hike, we travel, we do surfing, we do everything. The shock was when I was around 14 years old, and I went to the club with my sister to start my new career in fencing. And the surprise was I had recognized that there was a discrimination between girls team and boys team, because the privilege is only because they are a boys team. So here I had found it unconsciously that there is a problem in this society where boys had the privilege because they are boys. I learned the word gender equality in Ashoka Foundation training in 2009. I didn't know that there's something called gender equality. I didn't know that there is something called women empowerment or gender or entrepreneurship. And I remember in the interview that they had made after 10 days of training, my sister asked me, do you remember the words? And I said, yeah, I remember them. And she said, entrepreneur, gender equality, and women empowerment. And before I went inside the interview, she said, tell me the word. And I said, gingerpreneur. so yeah, so this is a part of my of the things that had built my character, and I had married to a great man who really supports me, who really believes in me. He saw my dad, how he deals with me and my brother. It is not easy in my in the place that I came from, the region that I came from. Women cannot be surrounded with men all the time, especially in the working field. It's not appropriate way for women. You know the culture and the traditions, but in my situation as an athlete, I had faced this in a strong way because I had men who empowers me and who trusted me and who believe in me. So I didn't give a huge attention to this. What I'm saying now is what all these experiences that I had in my life made from me a strong woman. And I've been always challenged by different things in my life. The most painful thing that I had faced is school. And I was a D student for my whole life. My sisters were A students. Only me, I'm the third girl in the family, and I was a D student. So until I graduated from the high school, I had the lowest grades. That gave me the opportunity to join the physical education college after 1.5 years of applying. And I was a champion, but they didn't accept me because I have a low grade. So after I was accepted in the college, I graduated to get my bachelor after 10 years. I was banded for 6 times. And it is not because I wasn't smart. Smart had nothing to do with this, because I was different. And I remember when I was in a course of storytelling, and I said, D is the 4th letter in the English alphabet. D is the lowest grade that a student can take. D is, for me, is being not a D student, but different, being different. So I know that I'm a different person, and that's what makes me strong. So every time I'm challenging my life, I always think about the challenges that I have made. Sometimes I become in a very hard situation because of a certain thing or a certain problem that I'm dealing with in the sports field or other field. I always think, what is the most horrible, hard thing that I have faced in my life and I didn't get over it? And I can't say anything. There is nothing. I always get over it because I always think in a different way. After the crisis happened of Corona, of COVID-19, people were panicking and were so extremely worried about what they are going to do, how they are going to deal with their families, how can they stay at home for 24 hours, how can they be face-to-face with their partners, with their kids. It is not easy, but women who are mentally strong and physically strong had get over this, and I am one of them. I didn't complain about what is going on. I didn't complain about we are locked down. I didn't complain about, well, I'm with my family the whole time. It wasn't boring for me. I was happy. And when I volunteered in the mental health service that was launched in Kuwait for the last in April, they launched it for people who have issues or have anxiety or worried about the situation. They can join the program and they will provide them with the specialist. So I was one of them. Most of the cases that I'm taking is for women. Most of those women are young women. And I'm talking about the age average between 18 and 26. Most of the girls get their awareness from their parents, especially their mothers. Mothers may be so tough on them, and they don't really try to understand why this anxiety is happening or why they are worried. So yesterday I wrote in Twitter, I didn't mention the story, but I know one of the girls that I'm dealing with is suffering from obesity, and she had gained 20 kilo from December. So her mother is pushing her so hard and doing jokes on her and comparing her with her sisters because she is overweight. And this makes her so sad. This makes her really feeling insecure. She don't have confidence in herself. She feels that everyone is hating her, and you know the drama in this part. So I think three main things I focused on this period of time and how I look at the future. 3 main things. family relationship, the mental health, and education. Education now became online. You cannot evaluate a person only with his grade. We cannot do this anymore. We cannot say this. We have to stop this, even with our children. We cannot say that, oh, my son is a student, I'm so proud of him. So is he socially smart? Is he have social intelligence? Is he talented? Does he have something that he loves to do? Does he like to discover things? What he had made in different part of his life other than school? We don't have this conversation in our region, I'm talking. So I think the new generation now have to think in this, and have to rebuild the image of how we have to empower women. We don't have to compete with men. This is not our message. We have to be equal with them, and we have to cooperate with them. And thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. I wrote in the chat box, first of all, D is for different. I'm loving that, because haven't we all at some point felt like, if nothing else, felt like we were different. We just didn't, for some reason, we weren't like everyone else. Now, that's a great thing we've come to find out. So I love D is for different. Also, I love what you said about finding strength when you, simply by looking back at the things you have overcome. If you're in a moment and it's difficult and you think, oh no, I don't know if I can handle this. If you stopped and went, wait a minute, hold on a second. What all have I accomplished in my life? What really tough obstacles have I overcome? What things have I created when people said it couldn't be created? Look at that, there's your fuel, right? Then you go, wait a minute, if I could do that, I can do this. Thank you, Balsam. Thank you, thank you, thank you.